for a little bit there. Now this here is another action skill, which is the invisible. And you see he just turns it on right here. So he's just starting to go invisible. And when he comes in, he goes to shoot, and once he shoots, the invisible turns off. And also, once you shoot the sniper, the reticle kind of blows out. And what that's expected to do is to keep people from firing off continuous shots using the reticle to make it a little more tougher to get those consecutive shots in. Also notice the radar at the bottom here shows a bunch of enemies on radar, so that's most likely a pretty good sign that the radar jammer will be coming back, which was in Halo 3. And next, assassinations. So you can see, this Spartan getting the other Spartan from behind. Boom. And actually, if we go back just a little bit, here's a view from an elite, and you notice his bar is a little bit different. Not sure why. It could be, I'm not sure if they'll use health packs also, if they'll have their own way of regenerating their health or getting new health. But you notice here he's got 4 probably plasma grenades, and he's got what is the new needle rifle. And you'll notice down here right on his radar, he's got a bad guy behind him, or a player from another team, and he's about to get taken out. So even if you're the player that's getting assassinated, you'll still go to this third-person view and see yourself get, shivved right in the neck there, or in the chest. And you notice another Spartan's doing it to another elite. But one thing to notice is how much bigger elites are than Spartans. They're much, much taller, much more significant than in any of the other games. So that's pretty cool, making them look a little more intimidating. But that also is a bigger target, so that could be reasoning why they might have a little bigger, a little more health. But that's all speculation. So let's go ahead a little bit. And if you look here, you'll see there's a lot more things happening on screen. Like when this explodes, there's so many different particles and stuff up here, which is something Bungie pointed to that can do a lot more things with the game and in the engine. So let's go ahead a little ways, and there is something very interesting, because this is a multiplayer trailer and you have a dropship coming in, and it's for this play type called Invasion. We're not sure what exactly this is. Is this, it seems to be a pretty, kind of like the big team battle would be. Maybe it'll go beyond 16 players and go to 32 or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But you see a lot of guys on screen, and there's a lot of stuff going on, which is pretty interesting. And right here you get a look at the new grenade launcher, which looks pretty sweet. And it looks like it holds seven grenades, and it takes out this this Covenant ship pretty easily. Right there, you're getting a look at the sniper, and see when he shoots, it blows out. The reticle does, so that's pretty cool. Right there it's a new weapon. It's some sort of alien version of either the Spartan laser or kind of rocket launcher mixed together, because you notice it fires like a 3-round burst here. So you see 1, 2, 3, and then if I play it back real time, you'll see it just destroy this friggin' Warthog. And it does lock on, so you do see that. This icon, it looks like it was on some of the Spartans that had the assassination, were assassinating. So maybe that's something where you're not shown on radar, which would be kind of really cool for assassinating and stuff. So let me go ahead and play that back, and you'll see this Warthog get destroyed. There you go. And there's a elite actually rolling away from something, away from the battle. Right here, you'll see him jump forward and roll. Now, what's kind of weird about that is, we don't know if we're gonna roll in first person, and you'll actually kind of roll, or if it'll cut out to a third person view. That should be pretty interesting to see how they do that, because If it goes to third person, I would think that would kind of mess up your aim when you came back, especially if you're in the middle of a firefight. So that'll be interesting to see how they implement that. And if we continue on, there's a new game type called Headhunter, which it looks like the more people the certain people you kill, they drop a bunch of skulls, and you can collect them, and it's probably just a tally. The person who collects the most skulls wins, and you can probably steal skulls from other people. So that should be a pretty cool new game type. You see there, he shoots him, and all those skulls fly out. So that should be pretty interesting. We'll go ahead and play it back. An active roster. Now this, we have no idea what this is. It's some sort of new game mode, game type, something. We don't know if it's like drop in, drop out in the middle of a game, which would make it probably not a ranked match, or maybe it's some sort of clan type thing, which would be, I know a lot of people would probably like to have that back, because that hasn't been in since Halo 2. So we don't know much about active roster, but it should be interesting to see what it's about. And you see there the grenade launcher taking out this guy with the hammer, which is making a return. And Spartans versus Elites. This is kind of interesting because, if I play as a Spartan, and am I always going to be a Spartan in this? Is it just players who play as elites, or does it force you to play as an elite, or are the elites AI? You don't really know, so that would be interesting as well. Now here, this is kind of interesting because this is showing off one of their new game modes, and if you notice, it's not listed down here. The game mode is not listed, so whether that's on purpose or it's just not in yet, we don't know. But this player here is about to destroy this checkpoint, which is marked on the map, and he goes ahead and he shoots it with the rocket, and you'll notice once he shoots it and it explodes, down in the bottom left there, right above the radar, if I zoom in here, it says generator destroyed. So that was obviously a generator. So is it, is it something like Battlefield, where you kind of move the battlefield up, and by destroying the generators you kind of do something like that, or is it just a different kind of game mode? It's not listed here, and it's kind of hard to tell what's going on with the score as well. But that should be interesting to see what that game mode turns into. Right there, the arena. This is something else that we don't know exactly what it is. It could be like a persistent place you can just jump in and start playing. It's not really, it's not hinted at what it is. Here you get a new, pretty good look at what looks like the new beam rifle. Looks pretty cool, kind of extends out. So that's obviously redo, or it might be a whole new gun we just haven't heard about. Right there, you're seeing the zoom on the pistol. And he takes out this guy from a pretty good distance, which is pretty cool, because Halo players love that pistol. There you're killing, seeing a little bit more. You're seeing the warning there. Your shield's down. Also, what are back are medals. You're seeing those pop up as you're getting kills. So that's pretty cool. Looks like there's some new ones with probably to do with the new armor abilities. And also, watch as this guy dies. Shoots him with the pistol, and then this silver little ball drops out of his body right here. Can't really tell what it is. It might be a power drain. I'm not sure. Could be something new, some kind of new equipment. So that's something else to watch out for. The sword is back, and it also has the energy. So he kind of comes up and hits him. And you also notice the armor ability he has on is the sprint. So sprinting and the sprinting ability and the sword ability would be a pretty good combo if you think about it, because you could sprint around and then sword people. So you see the sword works pretty much the same way. And then at the end of the trailer,